Hello, everyone. I'm Bill Hannifin, the managing editor of The Wise Marketer, and I'm here today with Pini Yakuel, who's founder and CEO of Optimove. Pini, how are you?
I'm great, Bill. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure being here with you.
I'm actually quite surprised because I know so much about Optimove, but we've never had a chance to meet. So I really appreciate your time today.
Happy to.
It's good. So I was trying to do a little self-education, and I was in a couple of the sessions and listened to Optimove talk about some case studies and a little bit about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And this term grabbed my attention. It's positionless marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit about what that means and just go a little bit deep on that?
Yeah, 100%. So I've been going on and on about positionless marketing in the past 12 months. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, it's an analogy I took from basketball. So in the world of basketball, you have positionless basketball, which is the idea of basically players not having to be in rigid roles, and they can essentially master more skills and more capabilities and be versatile. And essentially, that's a winning formula in basketball. We see it also in football and fighting and music and lots of fields of life where being more versatile is a winning strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And in marketing, especially with the rise of GenAI and our ability as people to basically get away from the assembly line approach of producing a piece of work, which is still a residual of the Industrial Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
I think now we can go back to becoming the artisans that we once were and be able to be more versatile and produce a piece of work, soup to nuts, from the beginning to the end, mostly ourselves, and still rely on specialists, but only for special occasions and when you really need deep speciality.
So it's interesting. You use a basketball analogy, which international game, like of all the ones we play in the States, basketball is international, and loyalty is a global business also.
Right.
So it makes a lot of sense. But when you talk about positionless, do you specifically refer to the technology as in composable technology, that type of platform, or is it more in the way of implementation and the way you execute campaigns?
It's mostly talking about the human being, right? So I'm mostly talking about the marketing talent that is basically either relying on multiple peers or different departments or different specialists to get a piece of work done. And I'm just saying that with GenAI and with solutions like Optimove, marketers can do a lot more than what they do today in the same place, and ultimately unlock execution, have a ton of speed, and just win in the marketplace with that approach.
Right.
So, of course, it's driven by the GenAI revolution. As Optimum, we've always been there, but what GenAI is giving us is also we're allowing to give marketers creative power. In the past, we only gave them data power and optimization power.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we can also give them creative power, and that's the big unlock.
Okay, that's good. Hey, if you don't mind, because it's probably an old story to you, but a quick history of Optimove. I know you're
yeah. So we founded in 2012. Just basically celebrated our bar mitzvah.
Okay.
So we're 13.
Good.
The business is 13, and it's now a man-child or. So I started back in Tel Aviv, bootstrapped the business for many years.
Okay.
So it's been around personalization, CRM marketing, allowing brands to get to know their customers better and ultimately action that knowledge into more personalized and engaging experiences with their customers. That has always been kind of like the mission statement. Over the years, we've grown substantially. Recently partnered with an American fund called Summit Partners. We made 3 acquisitions since they joined us. We have 550 people in the company. It's truly a global business with headquarters in Tel Aviv, but then a big office in London, a big office in New York, an office in Estonia, in the Ukraine, in Brazil, and in Dundee, Scotland. So
it's incredible.
Definitely an exciting journey.
What a growth pattern. Yeah, what a great success. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So you had built a client base in probably in the Middle East and in Europe. And at what point did you come to North America and start to...
So I actually moved myself and my family to North America, to New York City in April 2016.
Okay.
I started in Brooklyn, spent 1 year in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, realized it's a neighborhood you move into after you spend a few years in Manhattan. I did it in the reverse order.
Yeah.
So then I moved to Manhattan and spent another 2.5 years there.
Okay.
And had my kind of like foray in America. Sent my kid to schools, had a bank account, did the whole thing. At some point, my wife decided we're moving back, but at that point, we already had an established presence here. So
I see.
It's always fun to come back.
That's great. Okay. So you're splitting your time now and probably most of it on an airplane, I imagine.
I'm, as we get older, I'm trying to balance that out. So I'm lucky I have a really good team, so they can basically kind of like fly and be there. But I fly probably twice every quarter for at least a week.
Okay. But you haven't opened an office in Miami Beach yet.
Miami? Are you in Miami Beach?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh my God. Yeah, Miami. I mean, that in hindsight, maybe that would have been a really good choice. I know the taxes are really cheap there.
Yes.
And there's a lot of benefits.
Right.
I don't know, New York City was the brand when I moved.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, maybe I should have done Miami.
It makes perfect sense.
I also like the Latino culture, so Miami has a lot of that as well.
It is the gateway to Latin America.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And Europe to some extent.
Right.
So you obviously make a really big commitment to CRMC, and this is 2025. It's the last one in Chicago.
Right.
They're going to be in Dallas next year.
Right.
But how did you originally identify that this was the kind of event that you wanted to make a substantial sponsorship commitment to? And
yeah, it was actually from one of our competitors at the time. It was also a peer, and they kind of like at some point somebody there told us that this is a really good show. I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago. They told us it's a really good show. It's like a tightly knit community that keeps on coming back, and they're all kind of like Devin did an amazing job with that.
Yeah.
So then we started, and since we started 6 or 7 years ago, we haven't looked back, and we found great clients here and great partners.
Yeah.
So it's one of the events that is like one of the staple events for us every year.
That's great. And so from your viewpoint, what are you hearing? What's the vibe? I know everybody's talking about AI.
Yeah.
Different things, but I mean, what's sort of sticking to you?
Yeah, everything is agentic AI, and there's always kind of like a new trend.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will say that definitely right now we are in this really big AI revolution. It's no longer just a buzzword.
Yeah,
it's real.
Yes,
I do think it's real. I think obviously many people try to attach the word agentic to things that are not necessarily agentic, but.
Mm-hmm.
But this idea, this superior intelligence or alien intelligence or artificial intelligence is something that will be with us for many years. And I spend a ton of time thinking and writing about it.
Okay.
And building the Optimove roadmap based on that. So I also hear it here and see it here all the time.
That's good. That's good. So if you had to describe this event in a couple of words, could you do that?
An intense CRM marketing meetup of American retailers.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And do you find people pretty willing to do the networking and to talk to each other? Do you find people collaborative?
Yeah, people are pretty open and collaborative, and you can definitely kind of like even share information and share ideas and share kind of like ways of thinking, which is pretty cool. So yeah,
that's great. That's great. So I've got another question for you, which we can edit this out. But do you read? Do you read a lot of books or?
I mostly listen to books, but my wife is a writer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to ask you if you have a favorite book. What's a nonfiction book that you read?
Nonfiction books?
Yeah, if there's.
Yeah, I like a lot Good to Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Good to Great is like really one of my all-time favorites. I mean, it's a bit dated today, but still, I really like that book.
Yeah, the concepts are there. They translate even though that book is probably 15, 20 years.
Right. But I think there's really depth and wisdom in that book that I really like.
That's
about
great.
Leadership and companies and a lot.
It's good. Anything else you want to leave us with in terms of what the future might hold if you were to come back? Imagine what it's like when you come back next year. We're sitting talking. What's transpired?
I'm hoping that the positionless movement is proud to have many more members in it.
Yeah, good. All right. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you.
Okay, we'll see you again.
Cheers.
Bye, everybody.